jealous.
What are you eating? Wait, Joseph, what
Jealous
are
of
you
people
eating?
like him.
Wisps.
I'm jealous of people like him. You want to know why? Because people
They
like him
look good.
eat all that they can eat, drink all that they can drink, and
Nah.
still remain skinny.
You gotta, but look,
But
bro.
Jawan, you're
He
not
goes
fat.
to, look, bro. He goes to work and he's standing there all day. You know what I'm
I do
saying?
more than
So
stand, by the way.
What he said?
I do more than stand.
yeah, whatever. So he stands there
I
all.
also go to the gym, Juwan. Something you should do.
What gym you go to? Oh, oh. Okay, so you already know who it is. It's Juwan 45, Nigerian Prince / King. And to the left of me, I have Mr. Uzair.
Ooh, allegedly. You know, come on, man. It's like what, 4 episodes in, but you already know. You know, I'm out here on the mesh once again. Just out here giving my opinions, giving my thoughts, and let's see how this goes.
Period. And then underneath him, we have Miss Adeline Lease. Look at her looking so gorgeous in that box down there. See the hair?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. How you guys doing, everybody? I hope everybody's having I hope everybody had a beautiful week. I hope you guys made money. I hope you guys, achieved your goals for this week. And, today's the day where we're gonna be talking about some juicy topics. And that's on period. So let's go.
And then to the left of her, they swap places in the midst of so Joseph, you to the right now. To the right of her, there's
hi guys, it's me, Joseph. If you know me, you know me. I'm the guy who got fired from the show, and then I came back because he couldn't live with his failure, so it brought back to me.
Oh, Thanos here.
All right, guys, we're
somebody important.
We're ready to talk about some topics. Trying to get through the show fast because it's A-Day, baby, A-Day.
It is A-Day.
First of all, we don't.
But I'm not rushing it.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
No, I was joking. I was just.
No, I still don't know what you're talking about.
Avengers game came out.
And so we do have Leader here today. She is here. She definitely did voice in her views and opinions. So we definitely gonna listen to her, but she definitely wanted to give herself a little introduction. So we just gonna listen to her introduction, then we gonna get right into it. Okay?
That's what she said the first. Oh my God, hey boo. All right, yes, no problem.
Oh.
I fucking.
Okay, wrong message.
I knew something was wrong when she said, "Hey," I'm like, no, this is a direct message. Anyway, we do that again.
Right, that was my.
Don't mess up, Lita.
So you know what it was? I thought she meant she was gonna tell them her life. She meant she was telling me directly. Oh, so anyway, we right along.
I'm about to snitch on you and tell Carlia what you just did.
Oh my God, Juwan, that was really bad.
Okay, so the first topic that we're gonna get into is pertaining to the Black Lives Matter movement, right? And basically what we're gonna talk about is, do Black lives really Black lives really mean all lives? And so I really want to talk about guilty lives. So there was a man, his name was Jacob Blake, and he was shot 7 times, correct, by the arms of law enforcement, getting into his car. And after he's been shot, they was trying to dig up that he was pretty much like a sex offender. He was a predator. A story came out saying that he was a pedophile and that he raped a little girl, allegedly. And then it found out that he wasn't a pedophile, but that he did have a case for raping. So I want to know, first we're going to start with Lita and get her opinion and thought on it, and then we're going to have the conversation. I'm going to play the right one.
Better.
Do I think someone's guilty past should be brought up and should determine whether or not they deserved to be at the hand or become a victim of any degree of brutality from police? No. I don't believe that it should determine anything in terms of like whether or not they deserved it, or do I think it should come up when the police are out here doing things to either wipe us out or to just fucking humiliate us and brutalize us. No, I don't think that matters. I don't think someone's past matters when their life is being snubbed by someone who clearly doesn't have the mental capacity to even work their fucking profession. At the end of the day, everybody, I feel like everybody's life is already written out for them. Everybody's book is already written out for them, right? So whatever you do in your life, whatever's to come to you is going to come to you in some shape, way, or form. On that same token, though, I don't believe that, for example, George Floyd was apparently he had a checkered past with abusing women. Even one of his own children's mothers, while she was pregnant, he was abusive towards her, and they brought that up. And you got some black women who feel like, hey, it is what it is. Oh, well, to George Floyd, because this is what he used to do in his life. But let's not act like George Floyd's life wasn't just fucking completely taken out, wiped out by a white man, a white police officer for no ass reason. I don't give a fuck about his past at that point. I don't give a fuck about nobody's criminal past when you got oppressive, supremacists, racist bigots out here looking to take our lives. They out here nigga picking. That's what they doing. Nigga picking. Which nigga I'm picking on to fucking wipe out today. That's what they out here doing. So do I give a fuck if this one over here used to beat the shit out of bitches and this one over there used to kill people for fun? When they out here dying at that, no, I don't. Me personally, no, I'm sorry. Yes, they might have had very bad pasts. I don't know these people, but what I do know is that somebody who looks like me, somebody who looks like my father, somebody who looks like my kids was murdered by a white man or woman for no reason, just for being black. That's the shit I don't like, period. It's upsetting me and my homegirls and my homeboys. Fuck out of here.
All right. Well, Adeline, do you want to take the floor?
Yes. I agree, and I also disagree with Carlita, because the situation with Jacob, he didn't deserve to get shot 7 times. He didn't deserve to be paralyzed. No one deserves to be killed or, abused by the law enforcement. No one. It doesn't matter what race you are, but we are always a target, us black people. But what I disagree on is that not every black person is innocent. And I believe in karma. And I believe that things come around. When you do bad in the world comes bad to you too. It doesn't matter if it's coming tomorrow or the next day, it's still preparing to come towards you. So when it comes to black people being shot by the police, of course, no one deserves that. No one deserves that. But when your past is being brought up onto why this thing happened, it's like, okay, it kind of gives us like a step back, like, oh wait, what's going on? Because you're not innocent. That doesn't mean it was supposed to happen to you. Because let's get the straight fact. Let's get the facts straight. The reason why Jacob was shot is because he resisted arrest, number one. And number two, when he opened his car door, a knife came out. So it's like, put yourself in a predicament if you are a cop. You're being called to a scenery where there's an altercation going on. They were saying that he was stopping a fight. And then they were saying that he was the one who was in the altercation. So I don't know which fact is correct. But when a person is resisting arrest, that's a problem. And number two, you have a weapon in your car with 3 kids in the back. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what is the main issue here? Like I said, he didn't deserve to be paralyzed. He didn't deserve to get shot 7 times. But us black people, we can't go to everyone's defense. We can't be like, hey, you're innocent, you're black is life matter. But same thing with R. Kelly. He didn't get the same treatment like what's that white guy name? The one that was sexually abusing every actress. What's his name again?
Oh, Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah, him. He didn't get the same treatment as Harvey Weinstein, but he still got, arrested or whatever. The problem is in the society is that we are trying to be treated equally. Okay, so we all trying to be treated equally, but don't mistake us because we're supporting you that you don't have demons behind your closet as well. Because not every Black person is innocent, not every Black person is guilty. But we have to pick who we support, because it makes us look crazy when we support a Black person that got a lot of, background, like a lot of bad history. But then again, like I said, we're gonna fight for you, but you have to understand what you did was wrong as well.
Right.
So it's like you don't deserve to get shot, you don't deserve to die. But we have to remember, you did hurt people as well. You did hurt your own kind.
Right. Ozzy?
Yeah, so I'm just like reading up on more of the stuff, but to answer the question, is guilty criminal past? Is that should that be a reason to be shot up or whatever? I don't think your past should be the reason. If you do, if somebody gets shot, it's first of all, nobody should be getting shot to kill for the most part, unless like everybody's lives are in danger around them, like to the point where it's like, yo, he is gonna kill him and we have to do something to stop him, right? So I feel like other than that, police is supposed to arrest people. That's the whole point. If somebody's criminal, you gotta arrest them, right? You don't want to kill them. That's the whole point. It's not a Marvel movie. You don't go out killing villains. You arrest them. There's law and order. So I feel like a lot of the cops seem to forget about that, and they end up like just going straight for the gun, straight for the shot. In terms of Jacob, from the video that I saw and like the things I've been reading, it's that he walked. They were trying to stop him from going back into the car, and he walked to the front door, and that's all I see, right? People, there's claims that he pulled out a knife or whatever the case may be. As a cop, from what I've heard from different cops, they said that in training, you're never even supposed to let somebody even get to the car. So if you let somebody get to the car and now they pull out a knife or a gun on you, that's kind of like, yo, you kind of messed up on that part. You should have just stopped them, detained them before that, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think the past should have anything to do with the like shooting somebody. Oh, you're a criminal, I'm just gonna shoot you. Instead, arrest them and charge them for the crime they've committed. That's it.
Period. Joseph, what you got to say about this matter?
I think this is a tough one because like Angelique said, it's not everyone is innocent. Like, there's Black people who commit horrible crimes. Jacob Blake apparently was, sexually assaulting women, which I'm against, like 100%. So, but still, did he deserve to get shot 7 times in the back in front of his children? No, I don't think so. Even if he was resisting arrest, even if he had a knife in the car, there's other ways that situation can be handled, and that shooting him 7 times in the back, I understand maybe once in the leg or in the shoulder to like, all right, hey, I'm not fucking around, stop. Or even taser. Why does everyone have a taser until it's time to shoot?
And don't use it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do the tasers work? Are they not charged?
Tasers have to make skin contact. So if they get on the cloth, sometimes they don't work. So they're not the best reliable source. On top of that, a lot of people overpower tasers from what I've seen.
Yeah.
They just
I'd rather you tase me than kill me, to be honest with you.
Start with tasing, 100%.
Start with tasing. Because at the end of the day,
he was wearing like a white sleeve shirt. He was pulling him. He saw the cloth coming off his skin.
To be honest with you,
hit him real quick.
To be honest with you,
but like, see, I lost my point now. No, I don't think your past determines if your Black life should matter. Unless you are like you're a Black person on some Hitler shit, you're out there killing everyone.
Exactly.
Then I'm like, all right, yeah, you whatever happens to you, you have to get taken out. But I'd rather Jacob Blake had been arrested in that situation instead of him getting shot 7 times in the back in front of his shoulders. That shit.
He was handcuffed onto the bedpost while paralyzed in a hospital.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the reason why they came is because of the situation of his charges. Because he was the one who I think created the altercation, and I think his baby mother, somebody called the cops, and that's how but did he have a warrant?
There was a warrant out for his arrest, but they didn't know if the cops were aware of it at the time.
See, the thing is with me is that I 100% agree with, like, there are some Black people that try to use, try to play the victim when they know that they're in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, don't antagonize and you won't get antagonized. Now, I'm not going to dismiss that there are certain situations where, people, we do get antagonized for no reason, but not every situation is like that, especially if you know that you're in the wrong. But what I don't like though is that whenever there's like a white, we like to say terrorist, so a white terrorist that commits an act or anything like that, his past is not brought up. And it's always a mental issue with this person. Or that, then he's always walking out with handcuffs behind his back, peacefully.
Getting McDonald's and shit.
Dude, the kid who went around killed 2 people, right? After that, they're like, "Oh, he was cleaning graffiti." Oh, like, how are you trying to humanize a freaking killer?
No, wait. Nah, it wasn't. To be honest with you, I disagree with you, Juwan, because what Ozzy just said with the white killer, there's a lot of controversy about sort of his history. They had a lot of No.
This is what I'm saying. Like now it's being I'm sorry, I got a little now it's being
coronavirus.
Oh no. We don't do that over here. No, now it's being brought up. But I'm saying in past situations, it was never, oh well, like the guy who shot up the movie theater, mental. The guy who shot up the school,
always,
mental.
bro.
The guy who shot up the church, mental. You know what I'm saying? Now
Always.
The reason why it's not, but the thing is, right? Let me tell you something. Mental illness is not something you can always see. It's something that's like always in your head. But with this guy, that I don't know his name, the guy that shot up the 2 innocent protesters, he was I heard he was in a Obama's campaign party, whatever the case may be, like the rally. He beat up a girl physically, like try to knock her out. And it's like, okay, so why in the world? And first of all, racism and being prejudiced is something that's being taught, right? And I told you last week when we were discussing our topics, the mother was next to him before he was shooting, and she had a rifle, a large rifle, was walking.
Oh, family.
So just walking, like you don't, like you have your own private army. What is the problem? Why is you killing people that are supporting Black Lives Matter or Black a problem?
But see, the point that I wanted to get to real quick fast before we dive into that, is that on the news, literally, I was just walking, and the news anchor literally said that there was record that police was trying to ask Breonna Taylor's boyfriend if Breonna Taylor was ever committing any sort of like criminal activity, so that way they could put it out there. So this is what I'm trying to say, is that why is it that every single time a shooting happens, it's always trying to be justified with the past? You get what I'm trying to say? So I get that, and I get the kid, now they want to sit over here and do it, but it's like it didn't happen soon enough for me, like how this be happening. Like, Jacob the next day was a pedophile.
My question is, right? My question is, if we found out that, say for example, if they have legit proof that Breonna Taylor was a part of a drug dealing situation, would our support still change?
No, but some people would. Some people.
Yeah, because like I said, me personally, at the end of the day, people don't understand. Your past is what defines you. To be honest, your past is what defines you. It doesn't matter if you did a good thing or a good deed or a bad deed. People are always gonna bring up the past, because you know why? No one knows who you are. No one knows who you are. They don't know what you was doing today. They don't know what you was doing yesterday. But your past represents who you are. So it's like, when the situation with Jacob happened, yes, he got shot 7 times, and we heard the situation, oh, he's paralyzed. We want to jump into his defense. But now when we hear what caused the situation to happen, it's like people take a step back. Like, damn, okay, wow. Now we kind of like jumping into like a different platform. Because like I said, me personally, no one, like I said from the beginning, no one deserves to die. No one deserves to be hurt by people that are supposed to protect us. But remember, your past will always come around. So this is why my mother always used to teach us, practice what you preach and be careful what you do in your lifetime. because you could think that nothing will ever happen to you, just a regular person, and boom, something happened that explodes and the whole world knows about it, and then your business is out there. But then again, you're 6 feet under. But what you did in the past is basically a cover up of who you really are.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So let me let everybody know before they dig up my past. Yes, I did get let no, but but no. I just
I'm just like, what?
Like they dig up.
Keep going, man. Keep going, because we're gonna skip past that. What you just said.
All right, make sure you put the kids to bed.
Oh.
But, yeah. So.
I will. That's the best time. It's 5:21 in the afternoon. It's past the bedtime. Yeah.
So. Are we finished with the specific topic, because we have 1 minute left? Did we get all that we had to fill out?
We did.
I feel like it.
Right.
I feel like I said my part.
Oh, no, you just said your part. Right.
Hey man, I can only speak for myself, you know.
Oh, well, listen. All right, so we're gonna get into this next topic. This next topic, Mr. Knight came up with. And
Ooh.
this is a really, really nice topic, Mr. Knight. Good job.
I have my moments.
This topic is called "The Negative Effect Social Media Has on Social Identity." So, Mr. Knight, I definitely want you to
Take it away.
Take it away.
Social media is prevalent in everyone's lives. We all have a phone. Everyone here has an Instagram account. Everyone here, I think, has a Facebook account. Maybe has a Twitter account. It doesn't matter. We're all connected on the internet somehow. We're also connected to, social media influencers, celebrities, politicians. And we see a lot of these things.
We're just trying to keep focused.
I was trying. It's all good. These people live different lifestyles from regular folk like me who work 9 to 5s, who don't live lavish lifestyles. You can't they can't go to Turks, can't go to France when they want to. They can't party in expensive clubs, drive expensive cars. Buy flights out to different countries, pay armed special forces to, guard their lives. If you understand what I'm getting at. And these people can afford to live a certain lifestyle, that other people can't afford to live. So they can act a certain way, and they can afford to post how they act on social media. Or, you hear about it. We all know 6ix9ine, what he's doing. I think he's entertaining. I'm kind of contradicting myself because I think he's hilarious. But I am aware of myself enough to not let that influence me, which I'll get to later too. But there are people who I've seen it, who let these behaviors influence them. They'll see people wearing certain clothes, so then they'll start wearing those certain clothes. You see people driving certain cars, so they'll start driving certain cars. See people hanging around certain type of people, so they'll start hanging around those certain type of people. And you really can't afford to live like that. Some people can afford to buy expensive cars. You can't really afford to buy expensive cars. So for who? Why are you driving an expensive car? For yourself, or to pretend like you're someone else? That's the question. Like, if you can afford to buy that expensive car, you work for it, you got the money, and that was a goal of yours, get it. I'm not trying to stop. Trying to say, like, if you have the money to buy expensive clothes and you want to wear expensive clothes, that's more power to you. That's your lifestyle. That's how you want to live. But my problem is I see people let these influencers, celebrities, politicians, whoever, change their lifestyle. And these are people who are vastly different than them, live vastly different lifestyles. And I think, you should be aware of yourself, have self-awareness. That's something I think people need to have, is know who you are before you start, letting, or just recognize when these people are influencing you, I'll say.
That was really great, Joseph. That was really great. Does anybody, Ozzy, we're gonna start with you.
Yeah. So for one, I think social media sure has an effect on people, but I feel like at the end of the day, it boils down to the person. If you're responsible enough, you probably won't make a stupid decision, right? Let's just put it that way, right? So if you can't buy a Lamborghini, therefore you won't buy a Lamborghini, because you're not gonna be in debt all your life or whatever the case may be. That being said, there are other negatives, right, of social media where people pretend to be something they're not, and other people see that, and now they kind of feel like, oh, I wish I was doing that. I wish I was going out there to Greece and doing vacation. But first of all, you don't know how they got there, if it was difficult for them, or if that's something they need to, just like, don't compare your life to others, right? Social media enables that, I feel, where you see everybody. Literally, it's all about likes, right? You get a like, you feel good about yourself, so you're like, yo, I'm gonna go to Greece, take a nice photo, put it up there. Like, that's like the first thing that comes into mind. They're not thinking, yo, I'm gonna go to Greece for a vacation because I need one. They're like, I'm gonna put it up there so I get all these likes and people know I'm in Greece living life. So I feel like there's definitely negatives from where that comes, and I feel like that kind of also enables depression a little bit, because people kind of feel sad about themselves or what's going on in their lives, and it's not going on. That being said, there is another, which is like a positive negative thing, depending on the way you look at it, is that it also brings people closer together at a much easier way, right? So that's the positive side of it, right? Because it's like, overall, social media could make it easy. Like, let's just say I have friends in Pakistan, right? Without social media, I would not be talking to them. For phone numbers don't work that way. You need some kind of app or something to make it easy to talk to one another, right? In a different country, especially for free, that is. That being said, that also brings the negative part, is it makes things too accessible, too easy to come. And that, I feel like, is where the dating life takes a hit, right? Because when it's too easy, you could jump around from one person to another. You never really give your full potential, full thought to one person, because you're like, I could jump to this person and that person because it's there. So I feel like that's like a positive negative, but that's what I think of, like, social media mainly affects when it comes to.
I do agree. I feel like people are too connected.
I feel like Ozzy was throwing shots at me with the dating.
I was not.
Well, if the shoe fits,
I'm just saying that's a thing.
I wear it.
I mean, wait. If the shoe fits, wear it.
I am wearing it. You don't see it on. But no, I definitely do agree. I definitely don't think that. I just feel like, for me, like, social media has been a positive, because it definitely has put on a skin for me. It's put on a couple of layers. It taught me tough skin. People are going to say some crazy things through a keyboard, and you got to learn how to not take that and internalize it. What I will say is that I feel like, in order to have social media, you definitely need to be a little strong-minded. You know what I'm saying? I definitely do think that you need to have that type of personality to be able to handle it, because I feel like social media turned into like a little mini industry. Like, how like you have the actual industry out here, and I feel like social media is kind of like a little mini industry out here. You got the Instagram models and all this, and everybody's trying to be that. And it's like, well, don't be it. If you want to be it because you genuinely want to be it. And that's where we came back to the whole art thing. If you want to do it because your heart and your passion is for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do it because it looks fun. Of course, everything looks fun. You know what I'm saying? Until you get your shit into something, right? Now, all of a sudden, you're looking at your shoe, looking at the bottom of your shoe, and there's shit on the bottom. You didn't want that, did you?
And
clean
something
this.
also, like, remember, is like, we don't even know what's going on the other side of the phone. Feel me?
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, any social media is just like the highlight reel.
Yeah.
You know what they're going through? Their girlfriend can be beating them up. Their mama probably stealing their money. Their dog cheating on them. Who knows?
One thing I could say is that, no, it's crazy. One thing I could say. Wait.
Go ahead.
So one thing I could say is that Instagram is like a validation. You're trying to get acceptance from other people. You're trying to show people that, I'm doing this, and I'm about this life, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that I struggle with personally is that I always second doubt myself when I do look on Instagram. One thing Ozzy said is like, don't ever compare yourself. But me, I tend to be too hard on myself. I do compare myself to other people. Like, I'm not a hater. I don't be like, oh, how did he get this, or how did she get this, and I'm still here. Me, I'm just saying, I ask the same question but in a different way. I'm like, wow. I ask myself, what am I doing wrong that, you know, I'm not getting to that level that he or she is.
Right.
But what Joseph did say is like, you don't know what the person's going through behind this phone. You don't know what the person's going through behind the screen. Because Instagram is just a platform where you just showing your success or what you have. But you're not showing how you got there. You're not showing the steps on how did you get to Greece, or the steps of how did you get that Lamborghini. It's just all a reward platform of your rewards. It's not saying the struggles behind your reward.
Right.
So one thing I can say about me that I struggle with is that I tend to see, like, you know, people that I went to school with, or people that I don't even know, but they're just aiming the goals that I want faster than me. And it starts to make me like doubt myself, like, damn, what am I doing wrong? What did I do that is, how am I not in that predicament right now? But what I have to continue to let myself is, it's not my time yet. I don't know what that person went through for them to get, or for he or she to get to that place. Maybe they started before me, maybe they started after me. I don't know. But obviously it's just like, I have to understand that social media is not real. To be honest, it's not real. It might look real, but it's not real. Because ain't nobody gonna tell you, ain't nobody gonna say to you, oh, okay, I posted if somebody posted I could say a Prada bag, right? Somebody posted a Prada bag and they showing off how they get that. You don't know how they got that bag. You don't know how much, like, you don't know if that person is a prostitute on the low. You don't know if that person is a stripper on the low. You don't know how they got the bag. So it's like, the bag is the reward. The picture is what you're showing people. Oh yeah, I got it. But then it gets like, how did you get it? Right. No one asks, how did you get it? They just saying, oh, how did you buy it? How much money did you buy it? But literally, how did you get it? Because some people could be like, some women out there could sleep with a different bunch of men just to get a YSL bag, a Louis bag, or just to get a Lamborghini. So me personally, I have to practice what I preach, and to just put in my head that social media is just a platform where you show your rewards, but you don't show the steps of how you get your reward.
See, because I was writing down as you was talking. So when you made the point of, you know, sometimes that you do get discouraged, because there's some people that genuinely do. They look at their friends and their peers, and then they're like, damn, like, how the hell they get in there? Let me tell you something.
Yeah, man. Like, well, can I tell a story real quick? So, like, this guy I know, right? We're cool. We talking every once in a while, and he started doing this thing, man. Like, he made this cute little YouTube show. You know, he has, like, you know, he has he has a little panel. You know, it's cute. But like, I'll be so enraged. Waju. His name is Waju.
Okay.
See, now you're trying to play. Just give me my credit.
But you know, I feel like people need to, like Ashley said, is like, use that to motivate them to, like. I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of people who are doing exactly what I want to be doing, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not doing what I want to be doing. Why am I? I feel that feeling. Everyone feels that. It's natural to feel that feeling.
Yeah.
What you could do is, you know, hate on them. You know, sneak this. You know, send shots. You know, like the post, but you know, you deep down, you're like, you know, or you could be like, use that and, you know, motivate yourself. Like, man, I gotta go harder. You know, I gotta push myself harder. I gotta be on my shit so I get that shit. But you know, it's up to you. I've noticed that the people who choose to, what I've noticed is observation I made. I can't speak on this, you know, 100% fact. But what I've noticed that the people who choose to, you know, hate and all that, don't seem that happy. That's all I'll say.
That's right.
I want to say the whole thing about being discouraged. Whenever I see somebody doing something really good with their life, even if it's like around the realm or just my friend doing something he want to do, that 100% motivates me instead of discourages me. Because at first it makes me feel like, damn, I could be doing something like that too, right? And that's the big thing about what, if you hear a lot of people go, surround yourself with people that do shit, you know, instead of that don't do shit. Because it's the case. That's 100% the thing. Because when you see somebody doing something in your friend circle, it motivates you to do what you want to do within yourself. And that's not even a joke. That's 100% real. I used to think that's BS because, oh, it's my life. I'll do what I want. But there have been times where, like Kasim and everybody, right? My friend who takes photos and stuff.
The whole thing. You didn't exactly handle nothing. Just gave the whole government out.
Hey, ooh.
No, I didn't say his whole name, but if I could drop his name, I don't want to drop handle because Juwan's here. You know, I want to make sure it's okay by him. I gotta run it by him.
Okay, yeah.
You know. Anyway, so my thing is, you know, he started doing photography and he's doing really well for himself, and it motivates me because I'm like, wow, he's putting it there, he's doing it, you know, and I'm just sitting on my ass right now doing nothing or doing something else that I shouldn't be doing, you know. And I feel like that's a really big key. Whenever you do see somebody doing something, you along the lines of you what you want to do, instead of feeling discouraged, use that to motivate yourself so you could go up with them, you know.
You know what I see too? I feel like certain things.
Can I say something first? Because everybody.
Sorry. Sorry.
So what I was.
So yes, Adeline, please go ahead.
So what I wanted to say to the whole matter, right, is that if you're the type of person that feels discouraged off of, you know, your friends, you seeing what your friends is doing, I think that you should definitely take the opportunity to inbox them and be like, hey, you know, well, how did you get there? How do you do this? Because actually, I do get people that inbox me, a lot of my friends, and they're like, oh, well, how did you do this? Like, how did you edit that? Or how did you get the sound to be like that? Or how did you get this panel together? And I'm like, listen, 2 easy steps. Just do it. I meant to say words, but steps came out.
3 words, first of all.
Okay,
so,
just. I'm not good at math, but look,
do it.
Just do it. Honestly, just get out there and do it. You know, even if you feel like you don't have the equipment, you could do it with your phone. You could do, you know, we got phones for computers. We got just a lot that just do it. Just do it. Now,
and one thing
all right, Shia.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to say, to add on to what everybody just said just now, is that one thing I understood is that when you see somebody else doing something and you want to do it, it's not really authentic. Because you're just seeing the glitz and glamours of it. Like, even if that's something you want to do, it still discourages you a little bit. But then again, it's like it all depends on you, on how you like to discipline yourself to do what you need to do. Because it's like, yes, a friend can motivate you. But let's be honest, you can't be happy for your friend if you're not happy. So it's like, I'd rather you not tell me. I'd rather if I'm successful, my friend is not, I don't want no fake love around me. I'd rather me help you to get your platform together than for you to be discouraged about me. Because one thing I could tell you is that once you see the glitz and glamours of somebody else's life, or even the person that's close to you, you always gonna doubt yourself, like, damn, why am I not here? Or why am I sitting on the couch not doing shit? It's because, one, it might not be your time yet, or two, you're not ready to jump into that level yet. Because everything's all up here. You have to say, if you really want something, and this is what I'm really taking steps for myself too. If I really want something, I have to really like vision myself on how I'm gonna fit in that picture. I can't want it because somebody else is living that life and I want that life. No, I have to really want it for myself. So it's all about discipline. It's all about making the move, just doing it, and it's all about continuing. Because once you hit that, say for example, you hit that lavish lifestyle you wanted, what's next?
You want to continue
you know
to elevate. The plan is to continue to elevate. I even think that people who are rappers like Jay-Z, he still wants to elevate. You know what I'm saying? His elevation didn't stop no period of time. You know what I'm saying? And he's considered a legend. So he's not done. That's the thing, is when you envision something and you want to do it and you want to go full forth with it, there's no, they say the sky's the limit, there's no limit. You're always, even when you feel like you make it, you still need it. There's still more that you need to do. You know,
because after the sky is a moon, and after the moon is like the space, and it's space and it's Mars.
This one is called Democrats versus Republican. Who to vote for and why it's important to vote. So we're gonna go into Lita's point of view first.
My opinion on this is gonna be very short and sweet because I am not a political person at all, not even a little bit. I have zero interest in politics. I have zero interest in Democrat versus Republic because if you ask me, it's all shit. Do people's votes count? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they like to make it seem like. That's what people like to say. Your vote counts, your vote counts. But does it really, when it comes to presidential elections, does it really? You know what I'm saying? It goes back to, like, what we used to talk about in the beginning. Like, For me, I just feel like you would probably be better off paying more so attention into and like who's the Supreme Court judge. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be the new DA in your community, the ADA, the attorney at fucking law, that type of shit. I feel like the when you have to vote for the people within your community, I feel like it's what matters. But when it comes to these big politics and all of these campaigns and this and that and the Democrats and the Republicans and I feel like all of that is a bunch of smoke and mirrors. That's my personal opinion. I will never sit here and tell people don't vote. It doesn't matter. Your vote don't count. I would never sit here and tell people go vote, because it does count. Because I'm not on either side. I honestly feel like it's a whole bunch of smoke being blown up our asses when it comes to that. I feel like when it comes to politics, you gotta pick the lesser of the evils, because either way you go, you kind of fucked. You got two white men in office. And what? What? Since when was we ever okay under a white man's watch? That's all I'm saying. So.
Okay, hold on.
People, do what you feel like is the best for you. Live your life to the best of your abilities. Vote within your community. Be more active in your communities. If you gotta have a fucking tenant committee or whatever the case to protect your neighborhood watch, whatever the fuck, do that. That's what I could say towards anything that has to do with like elections and stuff like that. Because I'm really not big on politics. There's a lot of like theories that I'm into, and it doesn't coincide with politics and shit like that. So yeah, that's my opinion on anything regarding elections and presidential affairs.
Interesting. Who's there? I want you to take this off.
All right. Well, in this case, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna vote for whoever you like. Like she said, vote is right to vote for you. That being said, yeah, I'm also not a political person. But I do think that there needs to be some kind of a change that happens, because I feel like if you notice in the politics, right, there's a lot of really old people, and I think they're living in a world that no longer exists. You know how our parents hold on to the certain standards of the world that they used to live in, but it's not there anymore because the world has evolved and we're growing up and we're evolving with it. I feel like that change needs to that's one change that needs to happen. Younger people need to come in, more and more younger people need to come in so we could have a better world for all for ourselves. And for all of us is what I'm trying to say, not for all, for ourselves. And second is, yeah, this whole thing with the vote for the lesser evil, whoever you think is the lesser evil. First of all, there's so much. So the two political parties, right? There's so much of this, the term, like the loyalty or whatever, right? Up to the point where it's so blind that even if somebody's doing something wrong, they will still be like, yeah, let's vote for this man because I'm a Republican, or vote for this man because I'm a Democrat. I feel like maybe, assess the situation, see what's right, what's wrong. People really tend to forget when it comes down to it. And they start voting for selfish reasons, right? They see, oh, Trump said he's going to do this. That aligns with me. So let's screw all the Muslims and all these other races because this thing about the money or whatever it is works for me. Therefore, I will vote for Trump, or vice versa, right? And I feel like that needs to change. I feel like you got to look at the bigger picture when it comes to voting and see what is better for like everybody. At the end of the day, you can't be too selfish when it comes to voting, because if you're selfish about it, that's how the whole country is going to go down. But if you think about the entire country and the rest of the people in the country, you might do better, right? In this case, obviously, like it's just a matter of like I don't really care about Biden. Like, I feel like he's kind of a creep as well. But in this case, for a better life for the country, or like just the whole thing, the way how Trump has handled the pandemic, it's just been god awful. You know what I mean? Like everything he's done has been kind of straight up trash, right? And I don't want that to happen. And now Biden it may be evil, right? But my thing is, we need somebody to run the shit better, right? Better than what's going on right now, and that's just what it is. I wish there was a better candidate to vote for, but there isn't, and that's just what we're gonna have to deal
But
with.
they had the opportunity when Bernie was out. But Ozzy, I do have a question for you, real quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I noticed that you used the word selfish, and you said that you know, we have to start thinking about everybody else when it comes down to the future of this country.
Yeah.
Now, don't you think? Do you think? I'll say. This, do you think that there are people? The reason why they are behind Trump or that they're backing Trump is for those reasons of, you know, when Trump first came out and he was really all about the immigrants going back home,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, people, you know, we're gonna make this America great again. Do you think that those people who initially just wasn't for people in general, you know, are those true colors were starting to form and starting to come out, and that's why a lot of people was really backing Trump?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? If you if you look at what Trump promised, right? He was saying, "Oh, I have these things for economy. I'm gonna ban all Muslims. I'm gonna build a wall to keep people from coming in illegally from Mexico. People still coming, And now he's made these camps and separating all these families. And I feel like so, like I said, right? Everybody has a selfish reason, right? So somebody was sitting there like, "Fuck them Muslims." Fuck them, and so for that reason they may have voted for Trump, right? But then Trump goes, I'm going to do this to economy, and some people are like, the economy sounds good, and they don't think about all the racist shit he talked about. Like, I just want better for my kids, or whatever the case, whatever it is, right? And they vote for that reason. So I feel like that's where the selfishness comes in, because they only look at that one thing, not the whole picture. Like, I've known people that are not racist and ended up voting for Trump, right? And they're not maliciously racist, but what they don't realize is you also supported the banning all Muslim by just voting him. You don't see that you when he said I'm a ban all Muslim, but he also said something about economy. You're like, I'm voting him for his policies, but now you supported him to ban all Muslims, build a wall, separate like families, and for immigrants who want a better life for themselves. You don't see that. Like, how do you not see that shit?
And then how can people talk about, well, where did those 335,000 children that ICE lost, where are those? I mean, you got to ask the administration. Adeline, what are your thoughts?
So my thoughts is I'm not a political person either, but it's don't be stupid. Just because you're not political doesn't mean you can't know different informations.
Right.
Because when you vote for people, I do believe your vote matters, but with this corrupted system is like things process very slowly, and we have to, as like what Ozzy just said, in order for you to see young people in politics, we have to be that generation to step up. So it's like we can't say we want young people, and then we just saying they're like, oh, I'm not into politics. So who's going to be the next runner up? Who are we going to pass the baton to? Mm-hmm. So it's like voting and learning about politics is all about, because it's not just who's going to be the president, who's going to be the judge. It's about your district as well. Mm-hmm. Because when you vote for certain things, everything goes into your children's school. And so the money in your pocket. So you have to be like even you're not, Democrat or a Republican, you still have to know your facts. Mm-hmm. Because like Ozzy just said, like we do have two people two people fighting to be in office. But then again, it's like our options are not that, great. But you also have to pick the right person for this job. Because look, we picked somebody that we thought could manage us, and it just destroyed us all in one. So it's like, even though we gotta really put our feelings aside and really pick the right person who's gonna run this country. Because look, a person that never been into politics a day in his life, and like he just chose this as a career, like to put on his on his platform, on his resume, like, oh hey, I'm a billionaire, and hey, I was the president of the United States. That's just something to add on to your resume. Mm-hmm. It's not really, you're not helping us. It's just, you're just having a selfish matter just to reflect on yourself. But this coming November, guys, please vote. Please understand that this is not just for you. This is for everybody in America. So it doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter what how your love life is. It's all about who fits the category on who's gonna fix our life. Because let me ask anybody in this room right now. Have you seen anything that Trump have done successfully that helped America?
Everybody dumb quiet.
Right.
I was
Exactly. And the thing is,
trying to think.
if you have to think,
wait. He bought ASAP Rocky back from that country he was locked up in. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing.
That's it.
That's a good thing, right? But I'm talking about for us.
Oh.
For us.
Look, my life is the same.
Let me stop. Nah.
To be honest with you, my life is the same, bro. Like, you know, like it didn't, whatever he did personally didn't affect me. I mean, if he did pass the ban on Muslim bills, then I may have been very like, I may have been affected. I did see, however, some people that couldn't meet with their parents because the flights won't let them in because Trump trying to do whatever he's trying to do. And I feel like that's horrible. Like you can't even, and they're like all legal, everything. All you need to do is fly in. But since they're Muslim, they weren't able to fly in and shit like that.
Right. So it's like when it comes to this November, vote wisely. Don't vote because he's a douchebag or he's making sure the same way when we go out and look for a job, what they said, we have to meet the requirements, right? Because you can't sit here and be, hey, I want to become a doctor. And like, okay, did you go to medical school? Did you get your certificates? Like you have to meet the requirements. And the fact that America put money before everything because since he's a billionaire, right? Billionaire?
He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire. The fact that he's a billionaire, they thought that, we're going to have the first billionaire president in America. That don't mean shit.
He's a billionaire with failed businesses, by the way.
Okay. So, well, it's like, okay, he's a billionaire. So what? But does he fit the requirements?
Yeah, no. But I don't mean to interrupt you, but another good thing Trump did was he was the chairman of Raw that one time on wrestling.
Oh,
you know what, Joseph? Stop it, Joseph.
Yeah,
no,
he did have that show. No,
I'm not gonna lie. When he was doing it, it was kind of lit. Raw was kind of lit.
You know what he did? No, you know what he did for us? He gave us what is it? The Apprentice.
Yes, the show, The Apprentice.
What did he do while in office?
Yeah, she's trying to ask what has he done as a president. You're like, yo, so he was on Raw.
Right.
Yo, he made a TV show.
So you mean during his
I'm gonna knock you out.
I'm dead.
I was trying to get the good things about him. I mean, honestly,
no, I said in office.
I'm not gonna lie. Fucking Trump before all this went down. So is it my turn? Because
yes, it's your turn.
Yes, it's your turn, guys.
You know, I'm last. Go ahead.
All right, I'll save the best for last, I guess. So what, like everyone here, I'm not a super political person, but recently, ever since Trump got into office, I have started to like look into it, research, at least simplify certain things so I know what's going on, and I try to keep a tab on things and stuff like that. So I will say, vote for whoever you like everyone else has said, vote for whoever you feel is. If you are Republican, registered Republican, and you feel like Trump is the best answer, by all means, go ahead, vote for Trump. If you are a Democrat and think Joe Biden is the savior of humanity, go ahead, do that too. Joe Biden. Yeah, he's Joe Biden, But what I will say is that what you need to do is be aware of what everything else, like everyone else has said, vote for like your local, I don't know, positions of government.
DA districts of state
announcements.
The city controllers, all those, those quote unquote little ones, those are the ones who really matters. Because right now, that is it the Senate? I guess I don't want to get my facts wrong. Is the Senate mostly Republican right now, or is it someone knows? Don't make me look stupid. I don't know.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna look it up.
Well, one of the.
I think it's the House as a Democrat. I think.
Okay, so the Senate is Republican. Those, that's something to look into. We need to, I rather legit be balanced. First of all, I don't think this would be a two-party system in the first place at all, because we already see how that doesn't work out. At least it might have worked back then when America was fighting the Brits, and fighting because of slaves and shit like that. But now we're in 2020. people are different now. We have phones now. Life is different than it was back then. So I feel like the whole government needs a whole reboot and restructuring. I know that's impossible to do on the fly. So I know that's like a dream.
Joseph, like honestly, well, we won't call it a dream. It might not be in our lifetime, but Joseph,
my point.
Joseph, I agree with you though 100%. Because I know you was gonna but I agree with you 100%. I wrote down a couple of points that you was making.
I had like one thing to say, and you cut me off, and I forgot it. And I was just about to say it. Now don't forget it. Just keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. I was trying to say stop.
No, because you know what it is? Like when you take like a 5-second pause, I thought you was done. So anyway, so like I was saying, you made a couple of points. Like somebody here said that but what has he done? What has Trump done for Black people? I like to, because a lot of people throw out there that Trump has done a lot for Black people, yet we're still being killed and murdered in the streets, and yet we're still poor. So I don't know how much done has been done, but I still kind of see the same situation. Since people want to bring up Obama as well, I still see the same no growth. And then, Joseph, you talked about a two-party system and how change needs to come. I find that so funny because, as each year goes on and on and on, everything else is changing but the government, but that specific system. And it's like you said, that system used to work back in like 1916.
Not even 1918.
18, whatever it was, whenever it was first.
I'm not 19. I'm retarded, so don't.
Come on, I was right. Damn it. No, whenever that system was created and made, it was made for that specific time period. And they're trying to drag it over into a new age because in that time period, it was mainly just whites, Blacks, and a little bit of Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? That was here. So we have a lot of people that's here now, and that system does not work anymore. You know what I'm saying? It can't be just the 1%, having all the money and everybody else is just poor. It just cannot be like that. It's not going to work no more, especially if you want to continue to thrive as a whole. And then also when we was talking about the young people, I definitely do think that we as people of the United States, it is our fault on why a lot of these situations are going down. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like what Lita said, she's not a political person, she doesn't really care about politics. I feel like that type of mentality should definitely change. You know what I'm saying? We should be more caring to politics. I feel like a lot of young people should be voting. Should be, trying to get into, the local city councilmen's, the local shit. So that way they can elevate, they can grow. And they're like, you know what? We're young. We're part of the millennials, whoever we are. We know the situations. We grew up in those situations. We grew up in them, those environments. We get it. We have an idea of it. We want to change it for the better. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with old white people, old white men in particular, that just, when has that ever been great? Look at the history. They've just been fighting each other. History shows it. And this is not a bash on old white men, but just look at you.
That's the part where I was talking about, right? With the whole loyalty thing. I feel like at certain points it just stops being politics and it's just like, oh, I'm a Republican, therefore I will defend it no matter what. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you got to think about the rest, the entire country, man. I get it. You got this pride. I feel like pride will be the end of everything.
But that's the thing too, right? Because even though people that's been that has been in the White House that contribute to politics, they see what Trump is doing, and these are people that have been Republicans for centuries, and they vote, and they're telling people that they're voting for Joe Biden because this man is crazy. Because Trump does not define what Republicans actually stand for. You know what I'm saying? He does not. It's not a representation. It's like, and a lot of people that are strictly Republicans are like, no, I'm not standing. I'm not going another 4 years with this man in office, because even people that work for him are quitting left and right, because they can't take the nonsense, because you're not showing the right representation of what Republicans really stand for. So yeah.
And he don't even have the knowledge on top of that. Right. And firing people left and right, and he's doing all these things. And I don't want to make this a Trump bashing thing because, like I said, I don't know Trump as an individual or a person, so I don't really strictly care for him. But he's the leader of this country at this moment. I know, Joseph. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let you get to it. He is the leader at this, of this country at this moment, and I feel like I definitely am able to speak on his leadership roles because he is representing us as a whole. And if you're not representing us to the way how we like it and we want it to be or it should be, then I'm going to talk about it. Go ahead, Joseph.
I want to say that one thing that Trump has done that's positive that I don't think people have noticed is he's revealed how much of like a joke politics are in general. As soon as he came into the game, bro, he announced first of all, where did he announce? Where was he when he announced that he was running for president? I feel like it wasn't somewhere where you should announce you running for president. Like anything that Kanye.
Where was he?
I forgot where maybe he was at some political summit or something like that. But I feel like he was at like the MTV Awards or something like that. He was announcing he was doing that shit.
I think how I know how he got the idea of wanting to run for it was because I know that Obama definitely did clown him on that and said, "Oh yeah,
I'm dead." But then he started gaining traction. Once he said that he was grabbing people by the pussy and he was trying to kick Mexicans out, I thought he was not going to do anything. I'm like, that's it. Once you say something that like that, you get caught saying that out loud. I wouldn't vote for you. I bet any Democrat, if Obama got caught saying that, oh hell no, oh hell no. It would have been good for him. But then he still kept on getting traction. He was dissing all the Republicans. All the Republicans could not say anything to him on those summits. He was controlling the whole thing. No one could say anything. He just started making fun of them, and that was it.
It's all built off of fear, man. Like, that's what it is. He used everyone's fear against them and basically had them vote for him. He's like, you're afraid of this race? No worries, I got you. Oh, you're afraid of this? No worries, I got you. And then everyone's like, oh, he's going to do something. And then, like, the whole, like, grabbing women by the pussy thing, I'm just like, any woman that voted for him heard that and was like, oh, that sounds okay to me.
They got grabbed by the pussy before. That's why they think.
Like what? So you I don't want to get. Hey man, it makes no sense in my head.
The thing is that this man.
I was.
Go ahead.
And one last part. Another thing is that they put Hillary as his opponent. And Hillary was already going through some like shit, Hillary ain't all good and all, you know what I'm saying? And it's happening again because they're pushing Joe Biden as his opponent. And once I heard Joe Biden was running, I'm like, okay, it's cool, And then I started, the videos started coming out how he's a creep. There's been reports of him doing, some strange things, and I'm like, so the whole thing is a joke. That was my point.
Wait, how is Joe Biden a creep?
Because so then they was basically saying, remember how we in the earlier topic we was talking about how the past can
yeah.
So then there's videos of him kissing his daughter on the lips, and then he's
he gets close with like
he gets close and very young, some women feel comfortable.
There's videos of it,
just resurface it. Like, honestly, you could type up Joe Biden, all of that will be there. I feel like every single time you run for president, everybody wants to dig up something in your past and bring it. I mean, Trump has definitely said so many crazy things, but everybody wants to ignore it. Fucking Hillary Clinton said some crazy. Every fucking politician done said some crazy, outrageous things, and they still are president. So at the end of the day, I honestly feel like you bringing this up is for what?
Bill Clinton got sucked off in the White House.
So it's like you bringing up another chick. It wasn't even.
See, so that's the point. All of it is a joke. You know what I'm saying? You need, like as he said before, we need to start thinking about. We need to start getting younger people into office. We need to start getting younger people into the Senate, Republican, Democrat, no matter what. We need to start. The whole system needs to be revamped now because right now it's a reality TV show, bro.
Yes.
It's a reality TV show, bro. The country is run by reality TV.
The season finale is November 11th.
Bro, my thing is, just look at the whole pandemic, right? Only country that's doing crap is us. People are making fun. They're making memes about us, right? And they're like, Canada made like a fucking comic in the newspapers where there's like a dude holding back like U.S. border and it says COVID and everything. Like, how does that not hit anyone? Nobody can sit here and be like, "Yo, Trump's done a great job with the pandemic," when literally the entire world says it hasn't. You're gonna tell you're better than you think better than the entire rest of the world? Bug it.
Listen, he actually Obama made the pandemic team back in the day because the whole Ebola thing happened. So Obama made the pandemic team and a pandemic book on what to do whenever a pandemic happens. And Trump fired that team and disregarded the book. He didn't even look at the book or read it. But like I said, this is not a Trump bashing session. If you support him, make sure you support him because his ideals match yours.
I have people who are Republican and have voted for Trump. I will vote for Trump again. I never had that conversation with them. It's like, how do you feel about these things? Say what you feel about,
They what they like to do is that they like to bring up. See, what I notice about people is that they like to bring up somebody else. So they'll bring up Obama where he's not in. This is my point. He's not in office right now. So if you had a problem with that, that should have been a problem when he was in office. You didn't say nothing, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? He's not in office right now. We're not talking about him. We're talking about the current person right now, and we're talking about what we're seeing, what we're viewing, what we're looking at, what we're researching. That's what we're discussing. So when you bring up, Obama, okay, make sure you bring up that he's in office too right now. That he's trying to get into office right now. He's trying to get back in. So make sure you vote Obama in November because he's in office. That motherfucker ain't in office no more. What are you talking about him for? You had a problem. Shit, solve the shit. Get a time machine and go back. Anyway, you already know who it is. It's Juwan Wyatt. Did you want that? Oh my god.
I just want to say this real quick. I think I guess it sounds it's fucked up. Don't attack me, but I think Trump's gonna win in November. You can take it out.
We'll see. It's not. I feel like it's.
I don't know, because some of his people definitely
people fighting. They fighting.
It's like this now. It's like at first I was like he's gonna win, but with the pandemic hitting, it's like this now.
Yeah, some of his people definitely did leave his side, though. I can confirm that is a fact.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
So the universe goes like, okay, Joseph said that this is gonna happen, so now we're gonna make it the other way. So you're welcome, America.
Usually it's what you say manifests, so why won't you? Anyway.
Why would you say something totally opposite than what you want?
That one, I hope that one is nice.
All right, now.
You already know it's Juwan 145, Nigerian Prince / King. And to the left of me, I have Uzair.
You already know what it is? We out here. First of all, it's allegedly Uzair. You need to. It's been like how many times? Write it down, man. Write it down.
Where's my alleged?
Let me be a professional.
Anyway, I hope everybody has a good week. Hopefully COVID resides soon enough so we can all hang out. You know what I'm saying? All right, see y'all later.
And then underneath him, we have Mr. Knight.
Hi, it's Joseph. If you know me, you know me. Stay safe, y'all. Wash your hands. It's a pandemic. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
They actually said that pandemic. They said that COVID doesn't live on surfaces. So anyway, and then to the right of him, we have Adeline Lees.
I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And also make sure, you leave some comments below on how you like the show. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend.
And we are
why would you say that right before I say wash your hands though? I'm just sorry. But really mess though. Just why would you say that right after I say wash your hands?
I went to the grocery store and I started wiping it down with Clorox wipes. And then my dad told me that they said
so we should not be washing our hands is what you're saying.
I didn't say that. I just said
okay.
Anyway, guys.
We are the
man.